We good? Going? All right. Hey, music lovers, welcome to Musical Miles Podcast. I am your host, Byron Duffin, and we are here in Whitefish, Montana at Slow Burn Records with my new friend, Wyatt McCubbin. Welcome.
Howdy, pal.
Thanks for coming and taking the time to sit down with us.
Oh, man.
Wyatt is here. Excuse me. My voice is getting a little ratty after
been talking, man.
For about 8 weeks in a row. Weekends, we've been busy. So, Wyatt is one of the artists playing here at the Songwriter Festival.
Yeah, man.
And we got to see him play last night and got a little introduction to what he does. He was on the crew with Night of Number Ones. He doesn't actually have any number ones, but close.
No, we're working on way up there.
So, but man, I what I loved was I found out that you wrote a couple for Zach Top, and I'm a big Zach Top fan.
Good.
I'm
glad to hear that.
In fact,
so you're the guy. You're the one fan he has.
Me? Well, I think I know two other guys that that guy is, he's so good that, now I tell everybody I've been turned down by the best, to have interviews with. I have not, had the chance to, be close to where he's at. Zach would be to do an interview because all our interviews are in person. So we travel. We've traveled to Nashville. We've traveled to Texas and done interviews in New Braunfels, in Green Hall.
Wow,
we've done
very cool.
Oh yeah, because we feature some iconic venues as well. Yeah, and we're gonna get back. We're gonna get back to Nashville, and I want to do a feature on the Ryman. Because it's such a that.
You ever been?
Oh yeah, not to a show at the Ryman, but I've been to the Ryman, toured the Ryman, been to a show at the Grand Ole Opry, been to the Listening Room. I wanted to do an interview with the owners at the Listening Room Cafe.
Yeah, man.
And never did hear back from him. Wanted to do. One place we went to that we weren't prepared for was in Franklin is the Kimbrows. Have you been to Kimbrows?
I haven't, but I've heard a lot of great things about it.
Oh, what a cool place. Yeah. What a cool place. It's one of those places that you, when you roll in, you're like, this place might fall down before we get out of here. But
that's my favorites.
We spent we got there late in the afternoon. We were supposed to meet David Corlew. Do you know David Corlew? Blue Hat Records. He was the road manager he was the road manager for Charlie Daniels for 47 years.
Well, I probably would have met him because I played a show with Charlie up home where I'm from, near where I'm from, up Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah.
I probably would have met him then and dealt with him.
Corlew, husky guy, military looking guy, got a big handlebar mustache, cowboy.
Yeah.
Definitely a cowboy.
You need to turn those mics on.
Oh, our mic, what mics?
The Rhodes.
Oh, ours are on. The ones on here aren't on. My apologies. The one on your microphone right there. There's another one hanging.
Yeah.
Just push that button. Sorry.
On the bottom?
Yeah.
Got it.
Were those for the iPad or for the... Which one were they? See, that's why we have the producer.
Go ahead. You're good.
But anyway, Charlie, so David Corlew was supposed to meet us and we got changed. So we were hanging out in Franklin and we stopped in this little bar and we're just sitting there having a drink. And these young guys said, what are you guys doing in town? He said, well, we do a podcast. And he said, man, you need to go to Kimbrows. And we're like, well, it's Kimbrows. So he told us, so we go, it's Tuesday nights, open mic night. So we got over there. And they said, you'd be surprised who shows up. Sometimes anybody from Jelly Roll to Winona might show up.
My gosh.
But they didn't. But there were two guys sitting on the porch when we got there with their guitars just talking and then playing. An old man with a tambourine. They called him Iron Man. And he was sitting there and they were talking and telling stories and playing and singing. But by the end of the night, there was probably 8 or 10 people there there was a mandolin. It was
just a scene.
It was so cool. And I didn't care if I ever went inside. I mean, I went inside to hear a couple guys play, but anyway, it was just cool. But, we just don't have stuff like that where we live, and that kind of an experience. And so we will get back to Nashville one of these days.
We are very spoiled in Nashville.
Oh my gosh.
All the music right there. I mean, it's so concentrated right there.
You're originally from Ohio, is that right?
Around Dayton, Ohio, I guess would be the biggest town most folks would know, but more specifically, South Charleston, Ohio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But how long you been in Nashville?
I've lived there for 6 years, but I've in total been going there for 13 or 14 years.
How far is it from home?
It's about 6 hours.
6 hours.
And I made that trip before I actually made the move there. Before I got married to my wife Holly and made the move there, I made that trip every other week for probably 7 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you go down just for some rights, or were you going down to perform?
No, I would write. I had a guy I was working with that would set up the rights for a week, and I'd go down there and we'd hammer it out all week, and then I'd go back home and gather my ideas the following week in Ohio and do the same thing over and over for about 7 years.
Now, were you working a regular job too, or are you just doing the songwriting thing?
I was playing a lot of shows back home in Ohio.
Okay.
And I also worked at a radio station, a classic country radio station.
Oh, really?
Weekends. Me and my co-host. Well, I was his co-host. It was the Chubby Howard show, and Chubby was 90 and I was 20.
Oh my goodness!
So
I bet that was a contradiction.
He was the best. He was a groomsman at my wedding at 93.
Are you kidding?
Might be a record. I don't know.
Wow!
But he was an old steel guitar player that I had hired since I was 14 years old in bands.
No kidding.
And played for Buck and Loretta and Tacoma before Bakersfield was a thing. And
wow,
he's on the road with Boxcar Willie.
No kidding.
He told a famous story. Boxcar Willie was such a big deal. You know, the first guy to sell records on QVC, and they headlined Wembley Stadium.
What?
There was 100,000 people there to see Boxcar Willie. I think it was around that number. It was a massive crowd.
My gosh.
And then, of course, Chubby was on his steel, and they had a fiddle player, and they all wore the trainman suits, you know, with the stripes and the hats. And but that was my country music background. I mean, I've played music all my life, and
was your family musical? Your parents?
They love music,
sure.
But they didn't play any kind of instruments, but they always had great music around the house.
Sure.
Which is just as good.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's nobody musical in my family, but what were they listening to?
Well, so I was born in 95, but everything felt 10 or 15 years backdated. So we were listening like the Alabama record.
Oh, yeah.
You know, mountain music and a lot of those Haggard records. Dad's favorite singer was Merle Haggard.
Sure.
But Dad also liked Bonnie Raitt and Joe Cocker.
Oh, yeah.
But country music was leaps and bounds number one.
Sure.
And so
your dad, I have kids your age, so right. So your parents are probably close to our age. I don't know how old's your dad.
Yeah, he's 60, 61. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I'm older. It's 64. We have a 42-year-old. So
there you go.
But you know, the stuff I grew up on was like Ray Price, and Sonny James, and of course, you know, Merle but Waylon and Willie and a lot of that. But more of that Waylon and Willie probably came more because of me than my parents, you know.
I can see that.
Yeah, Eddie Arnold. My dad loved Eddie Arnold.
See, my dad's parents lived right across the road from me. We lived in a little four-way stop town, and we were on one corner that used to be the general store.
Sure.
It used to be called Cubby's Corner. My grandparents ran the general store.
Okay.
My dad built our house inside of that.
Okay.
But anyway, so two of the four corners were McCubbins.
Okay.
And my grandfather across the road, it was Hank Williams or nothing.
Oh, sure.
And he loved a lot of things, but Hank was the king, man. So I fell in love with, like, my favorite decade of country music is easily the 50s. You got Hank Williams and Webb Pierce and Kitty Wells.
Oh, yeah.
And when I started working, oh my gosh, it's endless. And when I started working at Classic Country Radio, which turned into Real Roots Radio, Chubby Howard obviously knew those guys.
Right.
So I felt like somebody poured gas on the fire of my country music love.
I can only imagine.
Because I was surrounded in a place like this with records just lining the shelves and at my complete disposal. And we spun actual wax on the air and played live on the air, and it was country music has always been a part of my life. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
That's a cool story. So you've been in Nashville now for, you said, 7 years.
Yeah, I've lived there 7 years.
Lived there 7,
but essentially
been
half
going
my life.
for half your life. Yeah. Now, is your wife from Nashville or?
She's from Rockford, Illinois.
Okay.
Her brother is a guy named Mo Pitney, who's a country singer-songwriter. And
I know that name.
She had played and sang in his band for years, and we met each other through that, country music scene and the bluegrass scene. We had a bunch of mutual friends in bluegrass. So
now, is she play or sing? Your wife? No,
one of the best.
Oh, she is one of the best.
Oh, yeah.
Is she here with you?
No, she's not. I wish she was. She's actually.
So she's missing out on this beautiful Montana.
She's not seen Whitefish, Montana yet. So
had you been here before?
I came in June to promote the festival that's happening now.
Yes.
Me and my friend Eric Dillon came here, and
I saw that you guys did you play a show in Deer Lodge?
We did.
And you played one here?
Yeah, we played the O'Shaughnessy that we're playing tonight.
Okay, tonight.
Back in June tonight.
Okay.
That's a gorgeous place, man.
Yeah, looking forward to that. I have not been in there. We were here last year, was the first time we'd been here.
Yeah. Ain't it something?
Oh, it's such a beautiful place. And so our first Songwriter Festival experience was Livingston. Last fall.
They've got a festival there?
Yeah. And so,
I love Livingston.
Livingston's a great town.
Right there by the gate and all that.
Actually, it's a little north of the gate, but one of our favorite venues is the old saloon.
I played there in a barn, like kind of a big showplace barn. I can't remember the name of it.
Oh, I don't know.
Me and Mo actually did it together.
You know what? I know of
it's that got a place, big excavated,
but I've never been there.
No,
I've never been to it. But
sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. We had not been to a songwriter festival. I had not been to one.
Yeah.
And so I saw it was happening, so I reached out to the promoter, and he said, "Yeah, if you want media passes, you're welcome to come to any of our shows." So we set it up. I went. Shanda couldn't go. She had a prior engagement, and so I went out by myself and interviewed Jess Jacoy. Did you meet Jess yet?
No.
She's here playing. She was here this morning to visit with us. Well, yeah. Miss Shanna's been going to songwriter stuff since she was 12. Her mother was a songwriter in Arizona.
No way.
Yeah, she belonged to the Arizona Songwriter Association.
So you get it honest.
So
I love it.
She got to see Jerry Jeff Walker at 12.
Wow.
I never did get to see Jerry Jeff.
Priceless.
We've interviewed Django, his son, twice.
Yeah, I know Django.
Yeah, Django's are great.
This episode is brought to you by Tin Hall, Western style with an edge. Bold design, fearless attitude, and boots that make a statement. Discounts available when you click our sponsor link at musicalmilespodcast.com.
Guy.
Oh, he's awesome.
Yeah. So
he loves telling that stories too, which I love to hear.
Oh, yeah. Well, honestly, he really kind of set us up. We had done 2 interviews before we went to the Braun Brothers reunion last summer. Now, we've been live music fans forever. We've been married 43 years almost. We've been together 44, but we've been to Mile Zero Fest and all over, right? But when we started the podcast, we thought, let's just do a focus on live music and share that experience and introduce everybody to new artists that we meet. And anyway, so we went out there. I had done 2 interviews before we got to the Braun Brothers, and Django was one of the first ones we did at the BBR and Cody Canada.
Oh, wow.
So we got to interview Cody and Django. But Django told all those stories about his dad.
Oh, it's fascinating.
And about, Hoyt Axton sitting at the kitchen table, telling his mom that the only thing he ate green was M&M's. He wouldn't eat the broccoli that Miss Susan cooked. So, but and so then we realized, what a treasure trove of stories out there that the public don't get to hear.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just like yours, to have that experience, to be on a radio show with a guy 90 years old that had played and been around and knew Hank Williams
had stories for days.
And, all the old school guys, right?
Yep. Yeah, I fed off that. And even Django, I met Django in Austin, Texas. It was me, Django, and Hank Williams Jr. playing a place. And,
really?
And I cornered Django backstage and of course was asking stories, and he was very gracious and told a few. But that's the only time we've been in the same realm. but I really enjoyed my time with him.
He told some great stories. He told a story about writing on a writing retreat with Eric Pasley when they wrote something about a boat.
There you go.
And I'm just like, and then I've been a Pat Green fan forever. And when I found out that he wrote Texas on My Mind, I'm like, people just don't understand the songwriter side of the business. And that's now become a big goal of ours, is to help share that information and get people to events like this, because there's I've done not done interviews, but made posts on my social media, say, hey, listen, don't believe me when I tell you a songwriter festival is one of the coolest live music experiences you'll ever have. Don't believe me. Go experience it for yourself, because
you do have to see it first.
Yeah.
It's like really understanding the magic of a place like the Bluebird Cafe. It's like seeing the Grand Canyon. You can't look at the picture of the Grand Canyon and understand how overwhelming it is.
The Bluebird is in a strip mall. It's not. It's an underwhelming.
You have to go sit.
And we haven't been to it because it was closed.
Yeah,
when we were there in April because of the storms or something. They had some plumbing issues.
To understand it, you have to go sit with those 70 other people in that very tiny little space, on the same level as the entertainers. Like, there would be a table here with people sitting while me and you were doing a show,
and they're looking at our backs, right?
Yeah, man.
And you're up there playing, and there might be two other guys there with you, but
it's just an absolute sacred space.
Yeah,
but you don't understand that until you go cry and laugh and experience that at a place like that. So, and these festivals outside of Nashville are showing people that. And
it's the next best thing, right?
Yeah. Well, like I said, we're spoiled in Nashville. We have those every second of every day, where you get out and about and introduce people in Whitefish, Montana to that concept, and it's very special, and they catch on very quick as to how special it is.
Yeah.
So,
well, I'm
thankful that these things are happening, because it loves on songwriters.
Right.
I'm a songwriter, but more importantly, I'm a fan of songwriters.
Sure.
The records I listen to are mostly projects by those characters. Yeah. Oh, you mentioned Guy Clark.
Yeah. Guy Clark, Townes Van Zandt,
Steve Earle,
Rodney Crowell. So we actually got to interview Buddy Cannon.
Yeah.
And Buddy was just finishing up a new Willie album of Rodney Crowell songs.
Yeah, man.
The entire album was all Rodney Crowell songs. And we got to hear, before that was ever released to the public, he played us two of those songs off Willie's new album. And we're like, hey, this is a cool experience, because no one else is getting to hear this today. It got released like a week later, but
that's killer.
What a cool experience. Yeah. And to sit in the same room with a guy,
Buddy Cannon.
Buddy Cannon. What a legend. Yeah, absolutely. And to hear the stories.
I was telling Marla Cannon, his daughter.
Yes.
Last night, how Whiskey Chasing is one of my favorite songs ever. Her dad wrote it by himself.
Yeah.
Of course, it was recorded by...
Did Vern?
No, it was recorded by Mel Tillis and Joe Stampley.
Yeah.
And but that's like not even scratching the surface.
Oh, yeah.
Of what that's done.
Well, exactly. I mean, we sat in his office.
He couldn't tell you his story.
No. And that's the thing. Miss Shanda talked to her about it, said, listen, are you guys recording this? Because that's a wealth of, I mean, seriously, I would love to go back out and sit down with him again, because we had him for 30 minutes.
Yeah, you need part 2, part 3.
Yeah, exactly.
Part 10, probably.
Yeah, exactly. And we would love to do that, and we would love to be the medium to record those stories and hear those stories. We probably need somebody to feed us some of the key factors, and then go, okay, but tell us about your experience. Because I mean, I saw the documentary with Dean Dillon, and I've interviewed Dean.
Yeah.
So, but I tell everybody, Marla Cannon is my agent, right? She got me a Buddy Cannon interview. She got me a Dean Dillon interview and a Pam Tillis interview, right? Wow. So she's and she said, Byron, I'll help you any way I can. If you got somebody you need to talk to, and it was funny, because even Stevens just paid me the same compliment. He said, you're easy to talk to, Byron. So it's awesome. Easy to do. So, but anyway, there's so much information out there. We also got to interview Roger Murrah,
Do you know Roger?
I don't.
Don't Rock the
I know who he
Jukebox.
is, but I don't know him personally. I'm
I wrote that with Alan
obviously a
Jackson.
fan.
And
we've got a lot of mutual friends, but never actually been around Roger.
We were so fortunate because we showed up in Nashville we went out to help promote the Songwriter Festival in Vegas. So we sat down with Rob Hatch and Matt Warren and Rebecca Lynn Howard and her husband, Elisha Hoffman, and who else did we, Clay, no, is it Clay? No. The other two songwriters.
Clay Myers?
Oh, Cole Wilson.
Cole Wilson, sorry.
Yeah.
Cole.
And she'll think the producer, she's going to think of it. They were all in Vegas, but we got to interview them, and then we interviewed some young up-and-coming, Justin Wilson.
Oh, wow,
Yeah, we got to interview Justin. So we interviewed 16 people in 4 days.
That's a pile.
So that was a pile. But to get to stumble, well, we got to interview Craig Campbell. We went out to Craig's coffee shop in Eagleville, and interviewed Eagleville.
VUL.
Cole Taylor. Yeah. Cole Taylor. Yeah. He looks more like a golf pro than a songwriter.
Well, he probably
he said he's a golfer.
Him and Matt both.
Yeah. But anyway, what a cool deal. And then to get to go to Vegas and sit down with all these other guys, that were so fun. But to get to come here, because, this is where we met Bryce and Marla here last year. Yeah. And that's been the driving deal for us is to get to sit down with them again and visit and catch up with what's going on in their careers. And I don't know if Bryce said anything to you, but he's working on a new project for himself.
I'm so excited. My wife actually, I got to hear a little bit of it because he asked my wife to sing some harmony on it.
Oh,
so I could overhear it through our little home studio. I was like, oh, it sounds so good.
He played a song today that I'm like, dude, have you cut that yet? Have you released it? He goes, no.
Yeah, he's a deep well.
Don't do that. I'm like, because I want that song. What was the title of it? Something Cowboy. And Shanda told him later, she said, well, you know why Byron's so pushy? That's what our grandkids call me. It's Cowboy. They don't call me Grandpa. They call me Cowboy.
That's great. Me and Bryce I've written some of my favorite songs with Bryce.
Have you?
And I mean that. He's just one of my favorite guys, man. I think the world of him.
So do I.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit. You've got some stuff on radio right now currently with...
Yep. I've... this is hard to believe, honestly. But yes, Good Times and Tan Lines is a song that Zach Top recorded. And, it came out ahead of the record that just came out. It was the first single off of this new record. So I guess it came out in June.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that's a great song. When you started to play it last night, I went, I know that song.
Yeah, I cuss Brent Mason every time I have to play that live because that little guitar part, I almost fall over myself trying to play.
What do you mean? I watch you, and I told you last night, dude, you are one of the most talented guitar players. I love to watch guitar. I'm a wannabe guitar player myself.
Same.
And dude, you are an incredibly talented. Do you know Matt Hillier? Did I ask you this last night? Thousand Springs. He's from Texas.
I don't know.
Matt, we saw him at the Braun Brothers reunion a couple years ago. He played with Django.
Okay.
Django comes every year, and they have a little segment on one of the afternoons, and they call it Django and Friends. And then Django tells me, he says, but the Brauns tell me who my friends are, right? So he actually, last year he talked him into letting Juliana Ranka come. Do you know if you know Juliana? Beautiful.
Yes, I know.
Girl,
I think we've got a day or something coming up to write.
Do you? She's adorable.
I'm almost positive.
We interviewed her in Green Hall.
Yeah, she worked with some of my friends like John Randall.
And there's another guy that I'm a big fan of, John Randall, and of course him and Miranda and
Jack Ingram.
Yeah, Jack. So we saw Jack at Green Hall.
Wow.
We saw him live at Green Hall, and a little gal named Billy Joe Jones opened for him. Do you know her?
No.
Little blonde she's from up around Fort Worth, North Texas. But she's there's a new show coming out.
The Road. It's called The Road.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. And she's one of the contestants on
good for her.
Her, and then another young girl that we interviewed on the podcast, Olivia Harms.
Okay.
Is from Oregon, California, Northern California. She's on a ranch. She's a ranchy girl.
Heck yeah, man.
Yeah, beautiful singers. Anyway, so there's so much going on in the world, in the music world, right? To keep track of everything.
It's endless.
Yeah.
It's endless, and one of the most inspiring things is to see this wave of, traditional country music happening. And
well, Zach's bringing it back. I mean, you got artists like Zach.
Guys like Zach and Jake Worthington.
Yes, I'm a fan of Jake. I follow him.
Yeah,
Coulter Wall.
Yeah.
I mean, those guys are
Maestas.
Yeah,
and there's really a ton. Cole Goodwin is
Sierra Farrell. She's another one that's kind of.
There's just a lot, and there's a reverence with a lot of these artists that they cut their teeth playing country music and loving country music, and it's an inspiring time to be a songwriter because there's a lot of country records getting made, and it's an honor to be a part of.
Well, those. I think we've all talked, and you've experienced it. You've been there for half your life, right?
Yeah,
but you've seen what's Nashville's done. It's kind of the bro country thing, kind of.
Yeah.
And I'm not opposed to Florida, Georgia, like just not my music, right?
Yeah.
And so it maybe appeals to a younger crowd, and that's bringing new country fans to the game.
Yeah.
In some regard, and then they may find their way to these more traditional, to the Zach Tops.
Yeah, man. Well, it's all waves of what's popular,
Sure.
That's just how it works. And this traditional wave I'm talking about, it'll go away too.
Unfortunately, at some point.
Yeah, and it's all a part of the progression of things. It'll always be there, just like what you just said will always be there. But
yeah, but I think in some of it's I hate to think that it's taken,
won't
60
go away.
years.
It will just not be as popular.
But it's taken 6 years for it to come back around. They said don't ever throw your clothes away because they all, that stuff. Miss Shenda's never thrown away a pair of shoes or a dress or an outfit ever. Yeah. So she said, listen, someday it'll be popular again.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it.
Yeah. She's wearing some of her grandma's outfits that not in public, but
you're gonna get in trouble.
Yeah, she Halloween. Yeah, she's wearing some of grandma's leopard print suits or jumpsuits.
Nice.
I brought them home, and our daughter said, "What are we gonna do with these?" I says, "Oh, honey, Halloween."
It's perfect.
That's funny.
So, but anyway, well. Yeah, the whole thing has changed, and of course you've ridden the wave of being a songwriter and how that's changed with streaming's impact to the songwriters. So that these things like this Montana Whitefish, the Songwriter Festival, are imperative to the survival of the songwriters. A lot of them, because unless you're getting the spins on the radio, it's a tough way to make a living.
Yeah, I mean it's. Anything's a tough way to make a living.
Well, that's true.
Guys digging a ditch somewhere too.
Try being a podcast guy.
I mean, it's all perspective.
Yeah.
I wake up every day thankful because I feel like I'm getting away with murder, literal murder, being able to write a country song and get paid for it.
Yeah.
And honestly, maybe cut this part of the podcast, but I hope nobody finds out I do it for free either because I love it that much.
Well, and Bryce talked today when we did his interview. He said, "Look," he said, "I'm old school." He said, "I believe in a day's fair pay for a day's wage. I want to be paid for what I do. I don't want to be paid for," because they were talking about AI, and AI changing the perspective.
Man, there's a lot of variables out there right now that are affecting what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I do think there's a lot of people working on the behind the scenes front on that.
Well, I think what happened, honestly, and you can maybe verify this or deny it, whatever, but I think what happened is that, streaming happened so fast. It happened before anybody knew it was happening, right?
Yeah.
So you didn't it took a long time for people to protect the songwriter and protect, the music
from what I can understand, those laws are old. I mean, they're those laws and the rates set by the government for those royalty rates. I'm talking way out of turn because I don't know enough about it. I should, but they were just set so long ago that so many generations of how to listen to music formats have come and gone. So, but you also have to understand that I've only had songs recorded in the streaming era. So
Right. Well,
I'm not one of those guys that
in a record
knows
shop.
how good it was in the 90s.
Yeah,
Or
but we're literally sitting in a record shop, and I've heard some numbers. I mean, you go back and listen to some of those stories about Alabama, oh my gosh, where they recorded all the Aretha and Muscle Shoals.
Yeah.
But these are records that got recorded in the 50s, 60s, and 70s in Muscle Shoals, and they sold millions of copies.
Yeah.
Millions of copies. Those were hard copies that they pressed them into a record or into a CD or into a cassette tape or an 8-track, and they were units sold.
Yeah.
Nobody does that anymore. I mean, we're in a record shop. It's coming back, but
I'd say vinyl's hotter than the other format.
Oh, yeah.
I think vinyl's outselling CDs.
Definitely. Because
They're collector's items.
I had we decided we're going to make coasters out of them, CDs. I was at Livingston last year, and one of the songs, Stephanie Quayle said, "Byron, did you get a CD?" And I go, "Stephanie, I don't think I have any way to play it." She goes, "Well, here, take two." I just got done telling you I can't play it. We'll take two.
Yeah.
There's something they couldn't get rid of, right? They couldn't give them away, and so. But vinyl is such a cool format. One, I remember buying those vinyls when I was a kid. I don't know if you bought any vinyls when you were young.
Yeah,
but
I collect. I definitely collect. I've got too many. Is the answer?
Do you?
They're so cool. I mean,
and
as a fan of songwriters, that's a way to see who wrote the songs.
Right.
You have it in your hands. It's tangible. It's
yes.
You smell it. You feel it. You hear it. It's all the stuff, and that's one thing that will always be undefeated to me.
Sure. Well, and we've talked a lot today about the live music experience. There's no replacing a live music experience. Even an album or a CD, you can hear it on the radio. I'll give you an example. We got to interview Sundance Head. Do you know Sundance?
Yeah, not personally. I know.
Yeah, but you know who he is. Yeah. So he won The Voice.
Yeah.
Incredible vocalist. But I'd listen to his music streaming, and it was okay. But I saw him live.
Oh yeah.
Whole new experience.
Yeah, man.
Another young man by the name of Jared Morris. Do you know Jared?
No.
Does a podcast out of Denton, Texas, and he's also a singer-songwriter. He co-wrote Big Sky with Parker McCullum.
Oh, wow.
And so, but he came to Idaho, and we interviewed him, and a whole new experience live.
Wow.
I mean, just incredible live.
Wow.
So, if you can't have the live experience, then I would say vinyl would be the next best thing.
I'm kind of a nerd, and any cut I get, I'll if the vinyl is available, I'll buy it.
Yeah,
and I frame them. And
do you?
Yeah, man. Because I mean, it's kind of a
we still have
you get to see what work you got done. So.
Yeah. Especially with you, where you talked to me earlier. You had an artist here that
I found one that I had a cut on, a Brent Cobb record. His newest rock record, and he's been too kind to me. I've had songs on probably the last 2 or 3 records of his, and I am a fan. I have been a fan of his for a long time. You weren't familiar with him,
right?
You're welcome. All I'll say.
I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to download his music.
And I mean, he's just if there's a true songwriter, singer, artist, it's him.
It's him.
I'm such a fan. Yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to listening to him because you mentioned that to me, and I'm like,
now just know that is his rock record, his latest one.
Listen, I'm not afraid to rock music.
It's all good. I'm just saying that's a different texture compared to what he has been known for.
Sure.
But man, it's all so freaking great.
Yeah.
All great.
Well,
all
cool.
Great.
Well, listen, it's we appreciate you taking the time. It's always
nice. We come to these events because this becomes a target rich environment for us to sit down with artists, right?
You've got them all,
and
all
so we don't always get to visit with everybody we want to.
Yeah.
But so far today, we've scratched them off, and you're one of them, and we much appreciate you taking the time to visit with us. And then we look forward to following your career. I mean, it's just so interesting because as we go and interview all these great songwriters and these artists, we go, I mean, I've known about Dean Dillon for lots of years and knew about, some of my favorite George Strait cuts, The Chair and Oceanfront Property, Marina Del Rey, and the list goes on. You can't name them all. No, you can't. Well, he had 87 cuts with King George and 11 number ones. I can't name the number ones, but yeah. So
he's one of the greatest.
And it's just cool, to get to experience that firsthand. And what we tell people is that you can experience it as well. Come to the festival and meet Wyatt in person. It's easy, right? You just roll in, shake your hand, because unless you're even Steven, and travel with an entourage. Yeah, he doesn't travel. He had some buddies with him today. I was going to give him a hard time. But
he's the dang star, man.
He is a star.
I'm a mega fan. He had a radio show too. I was telling you.
Oh, he did. Oh, I didn't.
Oh, he still does.
Oh, he does.
It's on Hippie Radio in Nashville, and it's on Sunday nights at 8:00. Because I had stumbled onto it. I crossed the Tennessee state line at 8:00, like I did almost every other Sunday. After I got off the radio at home,
right,
I would drive to Nashville, and I was scanning stations, and I heard Tony Lane singing on the radio. I don't know if you know Tony Lane at all, but he's massive songwriter, and his demo went from that to faded into the real record of the Lady Antebellum hit. And I was thinking, what am I listening to? And next thing I know, hello, ladies and gentlemen, this is Even Stevens. You're listening to the originals.
Oh, wow.
And he had a
so it's about the originals, so about the songwriters.
The demos fade into the real records, and he interviews the writers and stuff. And
that's cool.
That was how I pre-gamed each week writing. It was like that was my version of smacking the sign at Notre Dame on my way to the field.
Yeah.
So I got to tell him that this week. It's the first time I've really been able to hang around him.
Yeah,
but that's an icon.
Got to meet him in Livingston last year.
That's an honor to be in a guy's presence like that.
Oh yeah. That's
a songwriter.
He is a songwriter, and anybody who can write 900 songs with Eddie Rabbitt.
Yeah, man.
He said they wrote 5 days a week. We wrote every day, but Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah,
for years.
Yep.
And of course, what did he tell me? Maybe it was when you're in love with a beautiful woman was number one in 13 countries or something. Can you imagine?
Gosh.
So
my lands.
Well, you're on your way. Why I'm a big Zach Top fan, and I look forward to watching. Where's your song at with him right now? Didn't you say last night 15?
I think it's around 15. I try to keep my ears and eyes closed when I think about a chart.
Sure.
But yeah, it's hovering around there somewhere. I guess Billboard chart would have come out yesterday. I didn't check. But
yeah. But now I'm going to watch it even harder. And
that new record, there's a couple other songs on there that I'm really proud of. That
on Zach's record.
Yeah, I've known him for probably 8 years.
Really?
I met him when he was making his bluegrass record, and he had recorded a couple songs on that, and I met him through his producer that I was working with too, and still work with.
Well, he's a Northwest kid. He's from Washington State, originally, and talks about his dad's owned a livestock auction or runs a livestock auction.
Yeah.
Top
he's a real McCoy, man.
Yeah.
But it's one of my favorites. I'm so proud of that stuff and so proud of what he's doing. He's on a rocket ship, man, and golly, there's not many, if anybody, more talented.
Yeah. Oh, he's
to sit in a room with. It's incredible.
Well, and I think
witness.
and of course you apparently you came a little bit from that bluegrass background. So,
just enough.
Just the guitar playing itself is just so incredible.
That's a different level.
Yeah.
Those guys. I'm not within that true flat picker community. I can fake my way through a couple things, but Yeah. Zach,
you did yourself proud last night. I'm telling you, I was impressed, and so.
Well, thank you.
But then again, I'm very easily impressed. So. No. Anyway, well, listen. Thank you. Before we get out here, a couple of things. Would you play us a song?
Yeah, man.
Do you need a pick?
Yeah, no, I'm good. Let's see.
There's a
you want me to move this?
You move it however you want.
Let's see.
And that's why I tell everybody, tune it the way you like it, because you guys get to twisting them knobs.
Yeah. I'll play a Zach song.
Okay.
Since we're talking about him. This was on his first record.
Okay.
First country record. I might sound crazy now, but I'll say it anyhow, 'cause I want you to hear my heart, baby. I'll never win no prize for pretty words and rhymes, but you'll feel what I'm feeling, baby. Thought I knew what beautiful was. There's the sun, there's the moon, there's $1,000,000 skyline views, and there's Rocky Mountain highs, ocean rolling wild and blue. There's the sun, there's the moon, then there's you. Yeah, man.
Love that.
A little bit of it.
That is a cool song. Thank you so much for sharing. Oh, you got to put your signature on there.
You want me to mess it up?
I want you to do whatever you find a spot. You're on there with some pretty cool guys.
Oh, man. Even Steven right there.
Yeah.
Well, let me see here.
Paul Overstreet, Dean Dillon, Eric Pasley.
I'll do right there.
Billy Montana.
Oh, Billy.
Paul Jenkins. You know Paul?
Tim Stewart.
Yeah, he
Oh,
co-wrote
wow.
that with Megan.
Nice. And
Yeah.
Ben Williams. That's cool.
So, anyway.
Well, thank y'all for having me.
Well, thanks for doing it, man. We
is a blast.
appreciate it. This is always fun to get to
I'm sure it's in there.
meet. Yeah, it's not going anywhere. Yeah, it's been fun.
Absolutely,
All right,
man.
all
Appreciate
right,
you, pal.
Hey, for Musical Miles Podcast, I'm your host Byron Duffin, here with Wyatt McCubbin in Whitefish, Montana, at Slow Burn Records. Thank you to Slow Burn for allowing us to do these interviews here. We'll see you somewhere down the road. Adios.